My name's Jason Connell. I'm Associate Creative Director at Sucker Punch Productions, and we're here in New York showing off the PlayStation 4 Pro.
So what's the process been like to go back to a game that was already completed and upgraded for PlayStation 4 Pro?
Yeah, sure. So what we have here is infamous First Light, which was completed about 2 years ago. And what we've done is we've done some work to make it work for the PlayStation 4 Pro and utilize not only the increased resolution, the 4K, but also the HDR.
So talk a little about what 4K opens up.
So I like to think of it in two ways. So for 4K, it really kind of helps with the detail, like the micro level, the signage, the hair, the skin, the rocks on the ground, all that stuff just kind of pops out a little bit more. It's cleaner, it's a little crisper.
And HDR, it's a big deal when a game like this that has so much light going on in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. So HDR is the second one. It's kind of more of a bigger paintbrush thing. You know, it's a big picture read. What it does is it shows off all the cool lighting that we have in the game. And for a game like this, where the superpowers are neon bullets, which is all about just brightness, it really kind of unlocked all the work that we had already previously done in the game, but was gated by SDR TVs. Now actually showcases, and frankly, it's kind of awesome looking. So
HDR is also something that's going to be backwards compatible on any PlayStation 4. What does that open up for someone who just has a regular 1080p TV?
So for what it's cool because it actually opens up what you're seeing here. You're seeing a lot of the HDR here, and for 4K, if you have the PlayStation 4 Pro, you'll get like a nice super sampled anti-aliasing as it downscales to 1080p if you don't have a 4K TV.
So can you give us a sampling of what it looks like before and after with this?
Sure. Yeah. So if you want to get to a good before and after spot here, maybe the ground pound is pretty good. Yeah. So there's two things when we toggle here. We can toggle on and off. So this is on currently, and then this is off. So the difference between you're seeing here is a 1080, a 2K signal, 1080 with SDR, and then when you toggle it on, you're going to our 4K with our HDR. And so right off the bat, the first thing you notice is just how vibrant and all of her purplish, pinkish colors of her powers kind of showcase and highlight all these little details that were kind of frankly hidden before because it was hitting the limited range of what was actually being able to be shown. Is now no longer the case. It's very bright. I'm actually feeling like I'm getting a tan over here from the side because it's a pretty bright shot. But you're seeing a lot of extra detail that you couldn't see before, especially in the upper end of the brightness range.
And as a game developer, how big a leap do you feel 4K is when you look at everything that's happened thus far?
Yeah. So I think that they're both an interesting leap. For me, the HDR is a huge leap in terms of lighting. I've done lighting for a long time in my career. So HDR is just like a really naturally beautiful enhancement to an image that's already really good. So I'm very happy with that. But 4K is also super interesting because it gives you that level of detail and fidelity that you didn't even really know you were missing until you see it on, and then you're kind of like, whoa, I didn't know she had all those strands in her hair, you know? And the great thing is we're not authoring two different types of textures for these things. It just actually works. Like we're not having to say, hey, our team make, the regular standard PlayStation version, and then we need to go make the PlayStation 4 Pro version. We're not doing that at all. These are all just enhanced versions of what we already have, which is great from a developer's perspective.